Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Think of all that time. Every wait in the winter. All that time. No one else saw. Every sprint in the summer. Think of every sacrifice. Early mornings on the levee. Late nights in the film room. Bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road. Every moment of ecstasy. Every moment of doubt. Years wondering, is it all worth it? It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time. Caveman on the line. HG got the stats.
No filters, no suits, just facts on blast.
He seems like no nonsense guy. Like
re-emphasize that for the Saints fans out there on TikTok. Caveman. What did you just say?
The rebuild starts right now.
Marshawn
Lattimore's gone, so the defense, like we're not getting any better.
To the left, got the edge and grind. We break it all
get it into
down
Smith.
like
What a pass! That's it! Daniel Smith with the game winner! Oh my goodness!
And that is why you have Aaron Fry pass the ball in.
We roar from the base to the backfield floor. No filters, no fake control. We run
Real
the plays,
like you have you have the best quarterback in the league, arguably, the best wide receiver in the league, and you've got the best edge rusher in terms of total sacks in the season. And you're 4-7, and your playoff chances are hanging on that.
HG on deck, stats loaded and primed. Reading the field.
Let's make it interesting.
We're making it interesting. Come on. Give us the freaking one.
Breaking down ball like a heat wave blade.
Oh, let's go! For the business! Did not for the business!
We see through the hype. Call out the Warriors.
So don't you go saying that you're never going to see that. You're such a hater.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
For your
beach, attend our games, our plays, PTAs. Drive our cars, flying planes, take the buses, take the trains, walk the beach, ski the slopes, living out our dreams and hopes. We're living, yes, we're living the American dream. We're the American dream. Thank you, soldier, sailor, every guardsman, every ring. Thank you all for fighting for our freedom and our dreams, protecting our Constitution, guarding our homes and towns, defending our shores, seas and skies, and putting boots on the ground. Some gave all for me and you. We served the red, white, and blue, protecting the American dream. Thanks to you, living the American dream. We're the American dream. The world's become a smaller place, many creeds and one big race, staking my claim to the Creator. We have to find a way for each to still be different but live in peace. Till then, we must protect ourselves, 'cause we're living, yes, we're living the American dream. I'm the American dream. We're the American dream.
Penalty on YOU. Delay of game. 5 seconds before the show. But hey, thanks for watching.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Find us on the web at MBRadio.us.
Oh, okay, there it is.
There we go.
We're back.
Let us know if our sound is back, guys. Okay. That was weird. I don't know why that got muted.
Thank you for letting us know.
Appreciate it. All right. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully everyone can hear us. Like we were going over some of these projected brackets, 1 seeds here. Okay, perfect.
Nice.
They can hear us now. Let's go. Yeah, man. I guess they're just going based off of more so the rankings than anything else. Like, what do they got? They've got the final rankings here. For the women's, it looks like they're just going with the top 4 teams in the country, which are UConn, UCLA, Texas Tech, and South Carolina. Which I guess kind of makes sense. Those are all 30 plus win teams. Then you would be kind of looking at, I mean, like if it was Duke, that's a 24 win team. West Virginia's got 27 wins. So I suppose they're just picking it based off of total record there, but so South Carolina is likely going to be your other 1 seed. So we'll go a little quicker through some of these other matchups here. Your 8-9 in Region 2 is going to be Oklahoma State, Notre Dame. Watch out for I feel like Notre Dame could be sneaky, man.
They're going to be pretty sneaky.
They still got Hannah Hidalgo. They could bust some brackets, you know.
I do feel good about this one though. I think that they can win this game.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma State ranked a bit high for this 8 seed spot. I'm trying to see where they finished in the Big 12 real quick. Yeah. Okay, they were top 4 in the Big 12 this year, but they weren't even ranked in the top 25. Texas Tech was ranked higher than them. Baylor was ranked higher than them.
That'll certainly be one of the better round 1 matchups.
That should be
I feel
a great
like that
game.
game will probably be close here.
Should be a great game.
5-12 is Kentucky, Oregon State, man. Like that could also be a pretty close game for a 5-12 matchup there too.
I like this Region 2 action here.
Oregon State's not too bad. I think they could win the West Coast, honestly. They had a good season. They were 23-10. They're in the I think they're in the championship for that one, actually. Or at least in the semifinals. I keep going to the WCC, not WAC. Yeah, they're playing Gonzaga tonight, actually, for the final. Or this afternoon, rather. That's going to be in 2 hours.
Okay.
And tips off ESPN2 for anybody interested. So, yeah, they're playing for their chance to bid in there. Like I said, that's a 23-10 team. They could really give Kentucky some problems. So, I would not. I could call that one being I could see that one being a first round upset there. Baylor, UC San Diego, your 4-13, West Virginia, then it'll be either Clemson or Villanova, your 6-11, Ohio State, Miami of Ohio, your 3-14. Ohio State is your 3. So North Carolina is going to be a 7 seed. USC will be a 10 seed. So it's the Trojans still made it in, and then LSU as a 2 seed. Louisiana Tech is a 15 in that region. South Carolina will probably be your 1. You're going to have an 8-9 of Illinois, Utah in region 3. Obviously, these are also just projections, but some of those are making a lot of sense to me. Duke, North Dakota State is your projected 5-12. Duke at a 5, man. They won the ACC and they're only a 5 seed.
That's pretty low.
Weird.
That's pretty.
I feel like they should be like a 3 or something.
They're ranked. They got them ranked lower than Michigan.
Who are your other 3?
Louisville. Wait, so Duke won the ACC, but they're not ranked higher than Louisville.
They're below Louisville in the same. Yeah, like that's I feel like these.
Michigan didn't win their conference, and they're ranked higher than Duke.
I feel like this has got to change. Like, I think we'll see some of these teams that we are surprised that they're a lower seed. They're going to really do when the selection committee goes out next Sunday. They're going to bump some of them up here. Yeah, this is all projected, so it could change. Tennessee, Western Illinois, 4-13. Alabama, an A state of Virginia as your 6-11 matchup. Michigan's a 3 seed. They're looking to be projected 3 seed, looking to take on Montana State. Nebraska, Iowa State as a projected 7-10. Then Louisville, Eastern Kentucky's your projected 2-15. Last 4 in: Villanova, Arizona State, Virginia, Clemson. Last 4 out: Kansas State, Virginia Tech, Wisconsin, South Dakota State. And South Dakota State won their conference. They're one of the last 4 out. Nah, that'll change. That's got to change. So that's the projections on the women's side. I don't know if it definitely some head scratchers with teams that feel like they're too low. They're projected too low here. But let's got about 20 minutes. Let's go jump over here and look at the men's bracket. So we've got CBS been keeping this up to date. Down to their last update was 11 minutes ago, actually. So this is
okay, dope.
The most up to date with everything we got here. So they've got our first 4 matchups projected here. We'll take a look at those first. So for the East,
or SMU VCU.
That's the Midwest. That would be for the final 12 seed in the Midwest, and you would get the honor of playing Arkansas first round. So SMU VCU. Where is VCU? They're in
they're one of
A10. That's right.
They're one of our picks.
We do have them, winning the Atlantic 10 over the Billikens. SMU, aren't they in the Big 12? Or no, they're in the ACC now.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that's I'm surprised that they got SMU that far up. Have they been having they're pretty far down there in the ACC bracket. So I wonder, are they just projected to go on a good run? I don't know. I mean, we probably need their Ken Palm score and all their their quad 1 wins. There's a lot of mathematics that go into all of this. But that would be an interesting first round matchup. I could probably see myself leaning towards VCU there. I'm not going to lie. SMU's got Syracuse in the first round. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't think either team beats Arkansas, though, if that's how it ends up shaking out. Then the other team that's looking for that final spot in the Midwest, it's projected to be Bethune Cook and Boston U playing for that final 16 seed against Michigan. I don't think it matters who wins that. They're going to get crushed by the Wolverines round 1.
Yeah. And then, in the South, Howard and UMBC are good. They're battling to play Florida.
That's the projection. So it looks like Florida's our projected final 1 seed. UConn as a 2. Okay. Where does St. John's rank on that? They'd be a 5 in the South region.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. Wow.
So I wonder if they're projecting UConn and Florida both winning and them giving it to Florida. I mean, that doesn't entirely shock me. Florida's got a pretty good resume. And I mean, you look at UConn; they definitely took on some big opponents early in the year. Like they beat BYU. They did play Arizona. They didn't win that game, but they beat Kansas. They beat Illinois. They did beat Florida, though. That's another thing where it's like, man, like, so you think like, okay, there's at least a head-to-head tiebreaker there. I don't know. That would be kind of shocking if UConn wins their conference. A team that's been, perpetually in like the top 10 all year, basically, is currently the number 6 team in the country, wins their conference, and they're just going to be a 2 seed. That'll be interesting. Let's compare Florida's resume.
I think Florida's got the better resume.
That is a lot of quad 1 wins for UConn. But let's see what Florida's done. Let me pull up their full schedule just for context. Florida lost to Arizona to start the year. Miami's a pretty solid win. They beat Miami. I mean, they lost to Duke and UConn. And then they've beaten Georgia when they were ranked. They beat Tennessee while they were ranked. They beat Vanderbilt while they were ranked. They've beaten Alabama. They've beaten UConn, Arkansas. I don't know though, man. Comparatively, like I know UConn has like an easier conference, but I think in non-conference play they scheduled more big games and they won more of those big games. I would have to give it to UConn there. I think UConn should be.
It's going to be really close. It's going to be really close.
Again, these are all just projections. We don't know for sure. All right, so let's.
What if neither of them win their conference?
Yeah. Then who do you go with? I mean,
that'd be really good.
And do you like throw like Houston? Does Houston become a 1 seed? Like, what decisions?
You're just St. John's, man.
I mean, maybe we'll see. All right, then the East, Stanford, Santa Clara. So Santa Clara is projected to be. They beat Gonzaga, or even if they don't, I think they'll probably be in that spot just because of what they've done for themselves. Then they have to beat Stanford. They play Wisconsin, who is a 5 seed, man. Wisconsin, or 6 seed rather. Watch out for Wisconsin, man. That's a dangerous 6 seed, man. They could really mess some people.
It's gonna be a sneaky team.
They were the only team besides Duke to beat Michigan this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also beat Michigan State. They've got some really quality wins. Hold on. Where's the Big Ten at? Okay. Badgers. Here you go. They're now the 23rd ranked team in the country. They got some good wins, man. They did lose to BYU early in the year. But they have lost to Purdue, Nebraska, but that win over Michigan, that was a road game too.
That's
Michigan.
huge. That's a huge win.
Crazy. They've beaten Illinois. They beat Illinois and Michigan State back to back. So they just recently beat Purdue too. That's right. I'd watch out for the Badgers, man. I think that's my sneakiest 6 seed of the bracket. I would say a lot of high quality wins there. So we're looking in the East here. Actually, let me go ahead and screen share this actually for everyone to see. Too. What is that page? Here it is.
UNI in there, Northern Iowa.
All right.
One of your 12 seeds.
And that's the stage. Bam. All right. Now everyone can see this here. Yeah, looking at the East, anything that's jumping out to you here? Kansas as a 5 kind of makes sense, actually. Although I wonder if they can win, they win the Big 12 like we're projecting, what that does. Like, do they they jump up to like a 3 or a 2 seed right there.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they got Texas Tech above them.
That might flip. That could flip
Could
flop.
change. That could change. Did Michigan? Oh yeah, there hasn't been the men's Big Ten tournament yet, so you really wouldn't even know Michigan State at the 2 seed. I don't know about that one.
Like I feel like Michigan wins it, but that does give you that's an interesting question to ask. Like, what do you do if Nebraska or Michigan State somehow wins it? You know, or like, I mean, like I wouldn't sleep on Purdue. Purdue's projected as a 3 seed. Like, I mean, they've already got them projected high. Like, if Purdue somehow wins that, like, do you bump them up to a 1 seed here?
I think it could change where Purdue. I don't sleep on Purdue, but they've been pretty overrated this year.
Yeah.
They haven't been as good at home. It's just it's a very different team. It's mainly just Braden Smith and
Trey Kaufman. Yeah. But I mean, still, those guys have got a lot of experience there. I can see some of your last 4 out here. I like all of these make a lot of sense to me as your first 4 out.
Cal, Oklahoma, Auburn, and New Mexico. That's fair enough. New Mexico, I think they're more slept on than a lot of teams. Auburn, though, how are you going to have a 16 and 15 Auburn team?
Honestly, though,
go in there.
I'm thinking New Mexico might change their fate. Like, if they win the Mountain West, then you're looking at, like, can you really give, like Stanford or SMU are probably not winning the ACC, let's be honest. So now it's like, all right, who do you like? One of those two you might need to swap out for New Mexico. I think New Mexico's got a good shot to win the Mountain West. So they're one of those teams that could definitely change their fate as well.
They're being slept on. They're only the 4th team in their conference right now.
Villanova's a 7 versus Texas A&M, man. That's going to be a fantastic game, round 1. I like that a lot. All right, in the East, do you see any big upset potential here?
Maybe Texas A&M getting Villanova.
That's true.
Could a crazy one could be Yale taking down Kansas.
So I'm saying it's just weird, man. Like the drama there with Darren Peterson. Like, I'm like, you give me the right team round 1 against Kansas. I don't think it's crazy to say that they could lose
and get dominated.
Right. And you look at Yale, that's a really good team. Like, they've been just cooking. They're 23-5. They've been cooking the Ivy League all year. Let's see, we got their team leaders here. Yeah, they can score around 81 a game. They're a bit small, so they do kind of struggle rebounding, but I mean, we've seen them do it before. I think Yale's up there for me. I kind of want to say Texas Tech because there's no JT Toppin, but like Hofstra is not the team to move the needle for me there.
Yeah, no. Especially with how they've been playing without him. They're kind of doing fine.
I could also see Kansas. It's 4-5s. They play each other in the second round, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I could see, honestly, though, like I could see both Kansas and Texas Tech taking care of business in round 1. But because Texas Tech has more chemistry as a team, even though they lost their best player, I could see that being like Kansas would obviously be favored regardless of the seeding. I could see that being an upset. All right, let's go over to the Midwest. Any out of these projected matchups, we seen any potential upsets in here? I'm saying like Missouri potentially taking down North Carolina without Caleb Wilson. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess I do got one more for the East. Sorry.
Okay.
Villanova and Nebraska both taking care of business, and then Villanova upsetting Fred Hoiberg and company, knocking out Villanova.
True. I like that. That's not a bad shout. I think round one, a lot of these matchups feel secure. I'll give St. Louis a good chance to potentially shock Kentucky there.
They got a fighting chance.
If we were going to
Fighter's
look at some
chance.
round two matchups, man, yeah, I don't know. This bracket does seem like I'm leaning more towards your top heavy teams.
Yeah, it's heavily really.
Arkansas, I would probably favor Arkansas over Vanderbilt just a little bit.
It's favoring these better teams here.
And then we kind of once we get into like
Arizona.
your Sweet 16, you're like, okay, like I could see, like Arkansas potentially shocking some people, but then they'd have to get through Michigan. That'd be tough. I think it's really good this is looking like a high probability for like Michigan and potentially UConn or Iowa State to come out as the two teams for the Elite Eight. Let's go. Yeah, let's look at the West. Arizona, pretty favorable. I'll say they got a pretty favorable bracket there.
Yeah.
Like I think Ohio State and NC State are fine teams, but I think Arizona is good, would dominate both of those squads if we're being honest here.
They'll probably get through the first two rounds pretty easily.
Like I'm saying, if this is how it looks, man, potential upsets. Miami of Ohio, I don't hate. Honestly, dude, as much as it pains me to say it, I could see BYU, no Richie Saunders, kind of led by a freshman.
Right.
Like a High Point team that's definitely got a lot of seniors and that on the squad. Do we see any like super high seeds with a potential to drop? Bama as a 3 seed's kind of crazy to me.
That is one team I was gonna say they could possibly drop.
Like that,
I don't know. Maybe against BYU.
I just think that's their problem. Is like I think they could be out as early as round 2 because they're just they're not good defensively. They just really struggle. It's like they have to turn games into a track meet. It kind of feels like so.
Yeah, they try to run you out the gym, and a lot of times it doesn't even work. I mean, we saw earlier they had one of the craziest games of the year against Arkansas. It's classic Alabama basketball, though. They really got to lock down the chemistry of their defense, or they really could get beat by, honestly, even High Point. If that's their second round game, High Point on a nice run,
especially if they're feeling good after beating BYU and like they start hitting shots early. They could get this in trouble there.
Just taking out BYU and AJ will get you a lot of momentum.
And then this is our projected South bracket here. Matchups that we could see potentially being upsets here. Any fun matchups here? I feel like St. Mary's would be favored over UCLA, but I think UCLA might be able to surprise them. Give me, you know what? I wouldn't even be shocked if like Troy beat Purdue. Like it's just like Purdue gets shocked in round 1. Like it just seems like that. This could be like the year that happens. They've shown a lot of weakness.
Yeah. I think UCLA they got a chance if they weren't as an 8 seed, they had a chance to make a pretty good run. I don't know how well they would fare against Florida in that second round, just because that team is just it's a gap between those two teams. But I feel like they really could have made a pretty solid run.
Definitely. I don't think they got a good draw on their bracket.
No.
Although, I mean, if they were, honestly, I think they might have had a slightly better shot coming in as like a 10 and knocking off a 7 seed. And then like maybe you get like a team like Houston, which they're great defensively, but they can really struggle to make some shots, you know? Or even like they beat Illinois earlier this year. Like they could have done it again, you know? But I think they'll get taken down by Florida. All right, and this is just projections and everything. So
yeah, this is not even close to the final rankings.
Who knows what the selection committee is going to pick? But I'm seeing how it's shaken out, and yeah, some of these are looking really probable. I think we'll see a lot of these teams pretty close to the seeding that CBS has them now. And I think these divisions of the bracket, these regions are pretty accurate too. Maybe we'll see some teams bounce around, but we won't know until Sunday, March 15th. The selection Sunday occurs. That's going to do it for our show today. Next week, we've got our long community bracket show next Tuesday, so make sure you're there.
Stay tuned for that one for sure.
We'll be back tomorrow to recap a crazy few days of NFL free agency. Until next time, Caveman and HG signing off. See you tomorrow.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up. Stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.